Welcome one and all, I'm Decoy, and today we're going to take a look at a camp that I made that I've nicknamed Camp Town. My goal while building the camp was to try to make a little small town, which was a lot to ask for given the build limit and various obstructions I had in my way. Now we'll come back to the tower later because there is no way in from the bottom. So first we're going to start off with the little junk pile farm. It's nothing too fancy, but it was the best use of that junk pile that I could find. Then if we move underneath this other building here, I have a couple water purifiers. I did not bother to lock those. Anybody shows up and needs water, they can just have free water. I'm not going to worry about it. Next up we have kind of like a little town square food area. I don't know. So it does have a cooking station, and one cool thing about this location is in this little pit over here, food will just spawn in there. And then there's wood nearby, so any player shows up and they're hungry, I've got them covered on at least one free meal. And there's a look at the Nuka-Cola Quantum sign that's in the atomic shop. Really, I was just looking for something to put on that wall. Ooh, what's behind the red door? Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just throwing random stuff where I could to make use of the area. Now, up at the top of these stairs, maybe someone can explain this to me, but I just have random technical data showing up out of the blue. I had the same problem at my previous camp. I have no idea what's going on with it because I can't actually pick it up. Now this little spot right here, little cafe area, this was already here when I moved here. It's actually in my unique camp locations video from earlier this week. But this spot also did have a kitty cat named Murgle. Pretty cool, considering you can't tame a cat. That's about one of the only ways you're going to be able to get a cat at your camp. Now if we move over here, this is basically my jail. It's not anything super fancy, but it's a jail. So I do have one jail cell with the bed and the toilet, and then another one with the electric chair. Don't plan on keeping prisoners around too long. Just throw them in the electric chair and be done with them. Now, let's head over to this little tent. So I got the burn barrel on the outside. Figure, you know what? Let's just throw a guitar out here. Be kind of a neat little spot. Now the tent, its original thought was to be kind of like a medical style tent. But sadly I didn't have the necessary stuff to make it look more medical. Of course we had the Vault Boy statue up there, but now let's go ahead and head up top and take a look at everything. So the second floor of this first building right here is kind of like a little tiny apartment, I guess. It does have a cooking station, a bed, a stash box of sorts, and a couple plants, and a poster. Can't forget the poster, adding a little character. Now straight across from that, I made... Sadly, there's supposed to be a sign above the door, but it kind of got sucked in. But this is where all the other workbenches are hiding. And look, you can see the sign up there. I don't know what's going on. But that kind of annoys me. So here we have our Tinkerer's workbench, weapons workbench, armor workbench, and a legit stash box as well. And out this door is just like a little back way up to the top and into this building. Alright, that's it for that one. Now let's head over to the lovely little recreation area. Of course it has the pool table, but I don't know what's going on with my floor right here. For some reason, I've never seen this line show up until now. It would just have to happen when I'm recording. Because if something bad's going to happen, it will happen while recording. It's a guarantee. So, we're still not going to get to the tower quite yet. But let's go ahead and check out the second floor of this building. Now this room right here is basically the master bedroom. Now I didn't overly decorate it because I had to be really careful. Because after a certain point, my build limit was right there at max almost the entire time. And I'd have to go back to previous areas and remove something to add to another location. So I was struggling with that for quite a bit, but I think the master bedroom turned out okay. Now we'll wrap back around the building and head up to the third floor. Now fair warning, this one is extremely sparse. But up here you will find a terminal, the really good generator, and a grand piano. Look at it. It's nice because it took up a lot of floor space, and that's what I was looking for. Now, on this building, I did manage to attach walls to walls, and I'm not quite sure why that worked, but it did, and I just kind of ran with it. But we can finally hit the tower from the very beginning. Here on the second floor, not much going on. You got a chair, a shelf, a plant, and a nice view of the entrance into the town. Really wish I had like a legitimate bookshelf for in there, because then I'd just write it off as an area that people go to just read a book and relax. Now for the third floor, just an ice machine. The real kicker is, man, I bet it would suck to have to bring that ice machine all the way up here. Pretty sure some people were hurt while moving it. Now for the top floor. Extremely basic, but I think it's perfect the way it is. Because this almost turns it into a lighthouse. You got nice views out all the windows, especially this one looking out over the little town. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Though I am tempted to build a town again, but in an area where I don't have to worry about building around certain obstructions. Dear Bethesda, can I just get a large, flat piece of land with nothing in my way? I think I could do some amazing stuff with that. But we did have this kitty cat, and if you stick around for a second, you're going to see something really weird happen with this cat. You just got to wait for it. Just give it a second. Any minute now. Craziness. Now you see me? Now you don't. And I start looking around going, oh my god, where did the cat go? What happened to Murgle? Where's the kitty? And I'll show you what happened here in a second. But if you are looking at this video and going, I would like to live in this area, I have the location for this in my Cool and Unique Camp Locations Part 3. Fair warning though, Murgle can open doors. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Please remember to like, sub, and share. Later.